We log at the top of the world, a mile high into the mountains. That's where some of the best logging is.
It's absolutely insane up here.
Careful, careful, careful. There's lots of things that can go wrong.
The mud just does not stop.
You can't stay on the road.
You just hope you make it.
It's a battle against Mother Nature. It's not for everyone.
Let the fun begin.
Welcome back to our live coverage here on the Weather Channel as you're looking at Brookwood, Alabama, where a likely tornado took down some trees here. They got the heavy machinery in here and the front end loader trying to get the trees off the roads here to make them passable. Trees that are down, power lines that are down, and this is going to be, we think, unfortunately, the theme for the remainder of the evening. We've got a full-fledged severe weather outbreak occurring for us right now, and the most pressing issues are in Alabama currently, but there are warnings in multiple states right now. But Birmingham in particular is the location that we are worried about. We've got large coverage of storms right now. Really the areas that we're watching closely are two different areas. One here really centered on Alabama, another one back here with this line right coming down the Mississippi, all right? So it's Arkansas, it's Louisiana, and it's also the state of Mississippi. Want to get you to Birmingham first and show you these storms that are fired up and produce tornadoes. Two different tornadoes with this particular cell. Now, it's condensed some as the two tornadoes, it seems like, have kind of merged together into one larger complex here. Jefferson County under a tornado warning right now. Observed tornado, and this is really the same complex that did the damage there in Brookwood, but this is just now to the west of Birmingham. We're going to time this out for you with a tracker here. Birmingham, around 4:34 is when we think that it's going to be there. There could be new rotation that forms down in here. Looking at a bit of a hook right there just to the west of Hueytown. In Center Point, looking for a storm to be on you at about 4:47 this evening. So getting to shelter right now is vitally important with a history of tornadoes with those two tornadoes. Down around Selma right now, Dallas County is under a tornado warning. That does include Selma. Get to shelter now. You have no time to waste, not to mention we've got another one following behind that with a pretty good hook on it. So radar indicated tornado, but I think in many instances, some of these won't be spotted by storm chasers or storm trackers that are out there because they'll be obscured by trees or rain. So many of the tornadoes that you're going to see this evening will be radar confirmed, not necessarily confirmed by actual human being and their eyes. Then I'm going to back that up just a little bit and get you to that other warning that just was updated there. It's that new one right there because that's got a pretty good little hook on it right down in there. That's also Dallas County, but around Safford, that's the city that's going to be affected. That's a radar indicated tornado, and I don't really just like the looks of that. The little appendage that hangs south there, that's likely where the rotation is. That's going to come right across, say, Highway 80. Numerous tornado warnings between Waynesboro, Mississippi, and then Thomasville, Alabama. Choctaw and Washington counties. Back down here in the secondary storm, we've got inflow into that, and it looks like a hook forming there as well. That warning until 4:30 tonight. Want to go back over into Mississippi because these storms are also getting pretty violent tonight. All in a larger line of storms. And along this line of storms, you're going to see spin-ups here. So we've got tornado warnings now between Natchez and Brookhaven right now. Eventually, these storms could come across Interstate 55 tonight. I want to take you down toward Baton Rouge. Really intense line of storms here. You could get some really good straight line winds with this, unfortunately. So damaging winds might knock down trees, might take down power lines. So Baton Rouge, I would expect winds here 60 to 70 miles an hour. And a lot of times on some of these storms that bow out like this, I'm going to widen that out just a hair because a lot of times when you get these bow echoes that form like this, what will happen is you'll get a little tornado that will spin up on the north side of it. That's usually where a tornado would happen in one of these bow echoes. So I would say north side of Baton Rouge. We'll watch for tornadoes for you, but right now, pretty intense bow echo coming through Baton Rouge with 60-plus mile-per-hour winds. Dr. Knapp, one of the themes with all these storms is they'll produce heavy rain, and some places will get hit more than once.
Yeah, and some places are getting an inch or two per hour. Here's North Little Rock, Arkansas. Look at those water-covered roads. That water is going to be a lot harder to cross than you might think. Who knows what condition the road is in underneath that water, and that water's moving. Only takes a foot or two to float a vehicle. Now, Little Rock, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, and then a lot of you in Alabama are dealing with the issues with the flash flooding. Yes, we have a lot of tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, but we also have, if I just show the flash flood warnings and advisories, a lot of them in Alabama, but we also have, going back farther in the direction of Little Rock, a flash flood warning in Memphis, Tennessee until 5 local time. All that heavy rain that came through, just because it stopped raining doesn't mean the roads have recovered just yet. Here we are in Waynesboro. Look at this heavy rain with all that lightning. Flash flood warning goes till 8:15 local time. So even if it stops raining, as it gets dark, you still could encounter water-covered roads. And an inch and a half an hour. Now we're starting to get into tropical type of rainfall rates. A little bit farther north and east in Sweetwater in Linden in Alabama, the warning continues. We've got more heavy rain on the way. That's until 4:45 local time. And then up in Tuscaloosa, you have your severe warnings. You're still under a flash flood warning until 5:30 local time. And then just next door in Birmingham, flash flood warning goes until 5 o'clock local time. And yes, you do have the tornado warnings. Take shelter in the lowest dry level, most interior room. We'll be back.